The mist parted as the longship's dragon-headed prows sliced through the water, revealing Vinland's rugged shoreline. Leif Erikson, standing at the helm with his red beard flowing in the wind, looked upon a land destined to become a new home for the Norse. As Leif's crew pulled their ship onto the pebbly beach, they were met by a curious gaze, not hostility. Emerging from the trees, the native people with wide, dark eyes observed the pale-skinned newcomers. Among them, a striking woman with intricate tattoos approached, extending a hand of peace. Leif mirrored her gesture, introducing himself. "I am Leif Erikson," knowing she wouldn't understand his words. Yet the message was clear: they came in peace. The woman nodded, placing a hand on her chest, and spoke, "Ayana," in a strong, melodious voice. This simple exchange marked the start of an unprecedented alliance. Over the next decades, the Norse settlers and Beothuk people of Newfoundland formed a symbiotic relationship. Vikings shared iron tools and farming techniques, while the Beothuk offered deep knowledge of the land and its bounty. By 1100, Nýr-Vík had emerged as a thriving town, a unique blend of Norse and Beothuk cultures. Longhouses stood beside wigwams, with the scent of drying cod mixing with venison stew. Children with fair hair and dark skin played on the shores, embodying the harmonious union of two peoples. However, this harmony was occasionally challenged, particularly on matters of faith and governance. The Norse, led by Leif's descendants, were devoted to the old gods, while many Beothuk adopted a syncretic faith combining their traditions with Norse mythology. In the summer of 1150, tensions rose when a severe drought threatened survival. Accusations of divine punishment flew, nearly breaking the fragile peace. It was then that Eric the Wise, Leif's great-grandson, and Moshup, a respected Beothuk elder, proposed a bold plan. They led an expedition westward, seeking new resources and perhaps divine favor. The journey became legendary, a tale recounted around fires for generations. Eirik and Moshup assembled a diverse group, venturing into uncharted lands on foot and by canoe. The expedition encountered other indigenous nations, Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Dakota. Each meeting brought challenges and opportunities for trade and alliance. The group's diversity was its strength, fostering communication and exchange of goods and ideas. Years passed as they journeyed westward, traversing prairies, mountains, and finally reaching the Pacific Ocean. By their return to Nýr-Vík in 1155, their numbers had grown, with representatives from various nations they met along the way. The resources and knowledge they brought reinvigorated Nýr-Vík. More importantly, the expedition forged a bond that transcended cultural differences, spreading a spirit of cooperation and adventure throughout the settlement. As news of the West's bounty reached Scandinavia, a new wave of Norse settlers arrived. Unlike history's conquerors, these newcomers embraced cooperation, inspired by tales of successful integration in Vinland. By 1300, multicultural settlements stretched from the Atlantic to the Pacific, unified by Norse and indigenous cooperation. This new nation, Samvinland, became known as the Land of Cooperation, unparalleled on Earth for its blend of cultures. Samvinland's society combined Norse maritime technology with indigenous agricultural knowledge. The Great Law of Peace, borrowed from the Haudenosaunee, established democratic governance, granting voices to all peoples within the nation. Globally, Samvinland's influence spread. Norse traders established peaceful trading posts along Africa and Asia's coasts, adopting the cooperative model that flourished at home, avoiding colonial exploitation. In Europe, Samvinland's tales of opportunity and equality inspired those oppressed by feudalism, fueling a steady stream of immigrants who enriched the young nation's cultural tapestry. Yet, challenges arose. In the late 1400s, threats emerged from across the sea. Spanish and Portuguese explorers, failing to find a western route to Asia, turned northward, their ships armed and soldiers ready for conquest. Samvinland responded decisively, drawing on Norse shipbuilding heritage and naval tactics to build a formidable defense force. Armed longships patrolled the coasts, with communications relayed rapidly across distances. In 1502, the Battle of Chesapeake Bay marked a turning point. The Spanish fleet, expecting primitive resistance, found an organized, technologically advanced nation. Samvinland's victory shocked European courts. Unable to conquer, European powers negotiated with Samvinland as equals, forming trade agreements and cultural exchanges. Though diseases impacted indigenous populations, advanced medicine mitigated their worst effects. By the 16th century, Samvinland was a bridge between worlds. Its universities, teaching in multiple languages and blending knowledge, became renowned centers of learning, attracting scholars globally. Samvinland's ideals influenced European thought, contributing to the Age of Enlightenment's emergence. Concepts of tolerance, democracy, and indigenous rights began to take root, reshaping political landscapes. By the 18th century, Samvinland was a superpower with global influence. Its ships traded worldwide, while multicultural cities showcased architectural marvels blending diverse cultural styles. However, with power came challenges. Internal debates arose over foreign policy, balancing cooperation with the temptation to spread ideals through force or adopt isolationism to preserve harmony. Amid this debate, a remarkable discovery was made in 1721, ancient Viking runestones prophesying a new world built on understanding and respect, warning against forgetting one's roots. The prophecy sparked reflection and renewal in Samvinland, reaffirming its founding principles. Initiatives preserved indigenous languages and traditions, ensuring the nation remembered its origins. Samvinland shifted its foreign policy, focusing on mediation and peacemaking. Its diplomats, skilled in multiple cultures, became renowned for bridging divides and finding common ground globally. As the Industrial Revolution unfolded, Samvinland led with a focus on sustainability, drawing from indigenous roots. Clean energy and green urban planning emerged decades ahead of other nations. By the 21st century, Samvinland was a beacon of multiculturalism and cooperation, with eco-friendly cities, unparalleled universities, and a seemingly utopian quality of life. Yet success bred complacency. The younger generation took for granted the delicate balance of cultures, forgetting the hard work and compromise that built their society. In 2023, the prophecy's true meaning emerged. Earthquakes struck the West Coast, triggering old tensions and uncovering buried divisions as communities competed for resources and aid. Despite the crisis, Samvinland's true strength emerged. Citizens united, drawing on centuries of cooperation. Multicultural aid networks and democratic institutions withstood the challenge. Samvinland's resilience reaffirmed its founding principles, shocking the nation out of complacency. The prophecy proved a challenge, one the nation rose to meet, emerging stronger and more united. The great experiment initiated by Leif Erikson and Ayana over a millennium ago continued, showcasing the enduring power of cooperation and the human spirit's strength to the world. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to explore this fascinating story with me. If you found this video interesting or thought-provoking, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might enjoy it too. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on any future videos.